If you haven't played Season of the Witch recently and don't want any spoilers to the new stuff, leave now and go do it. You won't be disappointed. But Season of the Witch is officially over, and for those of you that didn't even know that the season had an ending, you'd be forgiven because I didn't even know it came out until I saw my phone blow up when I came home. So with that ending being pretty clear to everyone, I want to first discuss, one, how to get the ending, seeing as you have to do a bunch of various puzzles, missions, and cards and whatever to even get to the door, but I also want to discuss what the ending might mean for next season, like story-wise, because Lord knows we know nothing about the gameplay or loot or whatever. So we're only about a month away from the final season to the final shape, so I might as well speculate because I have nothing left to do in this game. For those of you wanting to experience the ending for yourself but just want to know where to start, I'll go over what you need. After that, I'll go over each individual puzzle for those of you that just want to see the new stuff. I'll be segmenting the video into chapters for you so you don't have to watch the whole thing. You can just click on the portion of the video you actually care about. So to even start, you're going to need to collect some of the opaque cards tied to the Imbaru engine. If you have completed the week 5 of the seasonal story, you should already have one of those cards giving you access to the first puzzle. Now there are going to be 3 more left to find, and I'll give you the final 3 cards real fast so we can get onto the Imbaru engine itself. I'll have the timestamps for this video listed in the description for those of you that need a specific card to a specific puzzle. The first one you will find leading to the Night Morph puzzle of the Imbaru engine. It will be towards the end of Savathûn Spire. Just before heading into the boss room, you will find a card in the room with the 3 portals. It'll be in like a corner on one of those portals. The rest of the cards will be found in Altars of Summoning, so I'll go through them real fast. The first one is in the arms of the Sathona statue in the Altar of Flesh, and the last card you will need will be on the pillar in the far back of the Altar of Ferocity. After collecting those cards, you are all set to go into the Imbaru engine. From this point on, it's spoiler territory, so if you don't want solutions to the puzzles or where those puzzles will lead you, click off and come back when you get stumped, because you will be stumped. For those of you that are still here, let's just dive into those puzzles. To get the true ending of Season of the Witch, you're going to have to complete the Imbaru engine in its entirety, as well as do some fetch questy stuff to gain access to the final puzzle. I'll give you a brief explanation of each puzzle for those of you that just want to see what happens. So for the first puzzle, you're going to have to open up some chests that spawn around the room. All you need to do is open the chest with the same X symbol. If you open one with the jellyfish symbol, you'll just die. Simple, slap on a cache detector, go shell mod if you want to make it any easier. Puzzle number 2 will have you shooting enemies on plates. Creative, I know. Activate the deep sight and follow the blueprints to your starting point. You want to shoot the enemies in the sequence that the plates are pointing you in. However, once you get to this room where it's kind of closed in, you have to cleanse every other plate. Also pretty simple once you get the hang of it. Onto the third puzzle, we have the mirror puzzle. Once you walk in, turn around to see the door you came through. You'll have an elemental rune hanging on one of the sides of the door. Just match the symbol that you see with the doors opposite from you. Also pretty simple, but they throw in some tricks, of course, to confuse you a bit. I'll just show you each door on the video just for brevity's sake. Just follow what I do in the video. Now after that puzzle, instead of heading into the portal leading back to the beginning, head into the portal with the square frame just next to the door you went into to complete the mirror puzzle. This will bring you to a room with 3 braziers that ask for flames to be acquired. One from the first puzzle room, from Savathûn Spire, and one from the Altars of Summoning. It's pretty obvious where they are since you will have this deep sight bubble that's just kind of hovering around in areas you don't usually see one. So if you find one of these, just activate it and just go grab the flame. It's pretty obvious. Once all the braziers are lit, you will have one final puzzle. Truths and Lies. Now, I won't stand here and act like I figured this shit out. Not even close. Big credit to Raid Secrets for figuring this one out. They are some really talented people, and there's no way I could have finished this if they didn't do it first. So, big thanks to them. I am grateful for them allowing me to make this video in the first place. I have a diagram listing all of the specific symbols you need to activate for the puzzle to be solved. If you want to give it a shot by yourself, go ahead, but I just couldn't figure this out for the life of me. Once all of the runes are selected, submit the sequence you'll have and you'll get your true ending to Season of the Witch, the heirloom that Savathun has been keeping from us, and it will get us through the Traversy. Upon leaving the activity, you'll have your true ending cutscene, and I'll just let it play out for those of you that haven't seen it and can't be asked to log in, because I honestly couldn't log in for a bit.
This is an Ahamkara egg. Uncorrupted by taken energy. Of Riven's clutch? Impossible.
We drove the wish dragons to extinction during the Great Hunt. Riven's eggs were destroyed, or so we thought.
Guardian, you must leave the Spire at once. Ahamkara are powerful beings. Even a newly hatched whim is dangerous.
Wait. Savathun left it here for us to find. Why?
So that it may wreak havoc.
We have to take it back to the Athenaeum.
What?
It can't stay here. Not with Savathun. There's no other course of action.
And if it hatches, what then?
Like you said, the kind of havoc only an Ahamkara whim could wreak. Initiate the Transmat Guardian. We'll make sure it's contained.
This is reckless.
I've decided to follow your example.
Guardian, do as Ikora says. I know who to speak to about this discovery.
Guardian, what have you been working on in here? A pattern in Savathun's wings. She did give us what she promised. The last wish.
Now, funnily enough, almost immediately after the puzzle was solved, the name and art for next season was revealed, Season of the Wish. Now, if it isn't obvious, we are either growing a baby wish dragon, or we will be using some portion of its power to get through the portal. That much is obvious from the art. It's kind of funny that it came out immediately after. Either they planned for the puzzle to match up with the announcement, or it just kind of happened that way. I don't know. I'd like to think that they planned it that way, so that's pretty cool. If you're caught up with the lore even remotely, you'll know that this artifact that Savathun was planning to give to us at the end of Season of the Witch's story was this egg. And it honestly makes a lot of sense as to why it's an Ahamkara egg. As for how Savathun managed to get one that's not corrupted, I have no fucking clue. But the power it has is probably stronger than the witness itself in all accounts. Hell, wish magic is the reason Mara was even able to survive after Oryx flexed on her, creating her own throne world with it. We do get a radio message from Ikora talking about the egg and what happens after and all that stuff, so I'll let it play out for you as well.
Ophiuchus, I need you to pull some logs from the Cryptarchy archives. It's been a while since we dealt with an Ahamkara. The Hidden will need to be briefed. Bring up any thesis papers on how the Ahamkara grant wishes. Include all hypotheses on why they seemingly misinterpret people's intentions. Our best minds have been working on this for centuries, so there should be plenty. Next, pull all the hidden reports on the Wall of Wishes. I know it makes bargaining with wish dragons less likely to backfire, but we'll need to know exactly how the Techians designed it. And speaking of the Dreaming City, set aside all the after-action reports from the Keep of Voices. and highlight anything to do with the lost final wish. If the path into the portal really depends on a wish dragon, knowledge will be our most potent weapon. They're powerful in ways that we don't understand, and I'm sure they have some hard feelings after the Great Hunt. We'll need to tread carefully. Ahamkara don't give second chances. So if humanity's survival rests on a wish, it'll have to be impeccable.
So from that, it seems that next season we'll be diving into the secrets of Ahamkara wish magic, as well as why they seem to twist people's wishes, just basic seasonal stuff. If wish magic is capable of granting Mara her own throne world, surely it's strong enough to get us through the Travusi that we've been stumped on for a year. As far as what next season will hold, time will tell, but I've got some ideas on how the story will play out. I have no idea about gameplay or mechanics or anything, because we obviously can't know anything about that yet, but I can speculate on story, because that's all I'm good for. Judging from the art itself, that egg will either hatch before the season starts or as a result of our actions during the story. My prediction is that the 15th wish that we've been waiting for years is the wish for the egg to hatch. I mean, if Savathun was holding the final wish on her body to hide it from anyone else, and is keeping a damn dragon egg as a decoration, it must be pretty damn important. As far as my thoughts on it, I think this ending was probably the best way the season could have ended. The seasonal story left much to be desired, seeing as it was pretty cut and dry and very anticlimactic. So I'm glad they decided to have just one last trick up their sleeve to keep me interested. As far as for next season, being another Awoken season, it's whatever. Dragons are cool, so I don't mind, but getting 2 Awoken-themed seasons in the same year and having the second final season of a really good year be an Awoken season is kind of exhausting. There's plenty of other threads out there to be pulled at, but honestly, if this is where the story's heading, resurrecting wish dragons and finishing up a 5-year-long mystery, I'm more than down for it. As far as the armor, it looks like Awoken armor, pretty clean, pretty regal. That's just kind of all there is. We can't really speculate on any gameplay or anything just because the season's not out yet, and we've got like at least like 3 weeks to wait before we have any details. So I mean, that's all I can talk about for right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed the video or enjoyed this secret ending. I know I did. It was really fun. I didn't even know stuff in the Embargo engine was being updated at all. I didn't even keep up with the season at all. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, you know the drill. Just yeah, see you later.